let us examine the question together, my friends. And if you can contradict anything that I say, do so. I will be persuaded.
We're going to be talking about one person's gain is another's loss. Our first question, is it possible to gain something without having another person lose?
You can, because it's not always going to be a loss. Sometimes it could be a gain.
Socratic seminars succeed when students exchange ideas and teachers take a decidedly back seat.
Is it fair to profit from someone else's loss?
The questions are the catalyst for discussion. The ultimate goal of Socratic seminar is to give students the opportunity, time after time, over time, to share their ideas, to be able to articulate those ideas.
Today we're going to start day one of a 2-day Socratic seminar. Why do you think we might want to do a Socratic seminar?
If we question stuff that doesn't really have answers, we can hear everybody else's thoughts about it.
The Socratic seminar is a powerful teaching strategy. It improves comprehension and challenges students to think and ask questions. Questioning contributes to personal reflection, critical thinking, and meaningful discussion.
How you look at it or how you see it.
Teachers begin the Socratic seminar process by preparing students with background knowledge and tools for discussion.
So let's talk about the different types of questions. Now the graphic here is a door. Who can describe to me what a closed question is?
Watch how teacher Katie Reynolds guides her students to consider the power of questions as a means to consider big ideas.
Okay, who has an idea of what a big question might be?
I think that like a big question is like a question that involves lots of thinking.
To begin the Socratic seminar process, students review how questions elicit various responses.
It is a closed question. I want you to make a C with your hand if you think it's a closed question. If it's an open question, I want you to make an O. If it's a big question,
After
I want you
students
to
practice writing, discussing, and posting types of questions and how they are answered, Katie makes a transition. She introduces a topic for the Socratic seminar. It's an essay titled, "The profit of one man is the loss of another."
No one can profit except at another's expense.
She chooses this as a touchstone for all discussion because the topic enriches the learning that is already taking place in the classroom.
For me, the hardest challenge is always choosing the text because it all starts there. It has to have enough in it so that they can get these big ideas out of it.
Teachers may choose essays as a focal point for a Socratic seminar, but poems, historical documents, scientific articles, or a short story are also good choices. The key is to enhance existing learning opportunities.
Scientists tell us that the birth and growing of each thing comes only from the decay and death of something else.
After reading the essay aloud, students engage in another pre-seminar activity. They suggest a number of potential seminar discussion questions, and then vote on their top picks for the actual seminar. Choosing the seminar questions in advance helps students to prepare their answers ahead of time. With practice, students' ability to generate and select good seminar questions improves.
When I'm working on questioning with my students, what I really want them to draw from the experience is that they understand that a good question has bigger implications. Why would this be a big question?
Because there can be a ton of different answers and a ton of different perspectives.
In addition to proposing discussion questions and reading an assigned text, students complete a pre-seminar reflection activity.
Be sure to consider multiple perspectives and how different people may be affected in different ways.
Let's recap. The Socratic seminar is a teaching strategy across content areas. Preparation is key. Select a text that generates big ideas. Students choose and review seminar questions in advance. Design a pre-seminar reflection activity.
Did you know that Socrates, the father of Greek philosophy, actually wrote nothing down? Almost everything we know about Socrates and his beliefs come from Plato, one of his students. Socrates didn't write anything down because it contrasted with his belief that philosophy is always changing.
Address each other by Mr. or Mrs. in our etiquette. Okay? What does the second thing say?
On the day of the seminar, etiquette counts.
There's an expectation that students be very polite to each other, that they listen to each other. It's just part of that whole Socratic format.
Initially, Katie Reynolds led the seminar, but now the students are more comfortable with the process. Roles are assigned. They include a facilitator, a note taker, and a videographer. Now, the seminar is essentially student-run. The students moderate themselves while the teacher takes notes.
By relinquishing a little bit of the control, letting the kids have more control over what they're doing, they really take more ownership and really get into it a lot more.
How does growth come from death?
Forest fire comes, it wipes away all the old trees, and then they die, and they're like charred, and soon new ones will come.
The students share and debate different viewpoints, consider alternative views, and support their opinions with clear reasoning and evidence.
I think a tree dying, it leaves a seed, and a new tree grows.
I think we've had enough discussion about this question. Our next question is, what is death's purpose?
I think death's purpose is so other living things.
The Socratic seminar encourages deeper understanding
I disagree with
rather than memorization.
And I agree with Mr. Travis.
Think about a time that you have gained or lost
The
something.
final step in the
Who
seminar
else might have been
process
affected
is a
by
follow-up
your
assignment
gain or
that
loss.
asks students to think
You can
and
write a
apply
poem,
what they have learned.
A short story, if you
It is a process.
So it may not work perfectly the first time you do it. And you can reflect afterwards on what your class did well.
Something I noticed we did very well was a lot of people added on other people's thoughts.
Maybe what they need to work on.
A goal we might consider for a future seminar might be to include other people more often.
And then build those types of mini lessons into what you're doing.
That's the power of the seminar, when students really see their own thinking change in response to others' ideas. For children, they're often looking for the right answer. They're often looking for who agrees with me. And in seminar, they become very comfortable with the fact that, well, I can agree with this person and disagree with that person, and my own ideas will change in response to it.
Once again, let's recap. After you select a text to generate discussion questions, and your students have prepared possible answers to open-ended questions, assign roles, arrange the classroom, review etiquette, plan a follow-up activity.
I think Socratic Seminar has great application to a general education setting. Even just the questioning skills that they learn from Socratic Seminar and listening to each other's ideas and elaborating, that can be in any subject, science, social studies, language arts.
You can never really tell what's going to happen next.
Anyone want to add to that?
For more information about the Socratic Seminar, review these booklets online or ask your school librarian.